From Uncle Dana calling it a fight that just had to happen to Chael Sonnen saying he has zero interest in the match, this is fighters reacting to Jon Jones versus Stipe Miocic at UFC 295. It's official. Jones will defend his heavyweight title against Miocic on the 30th anniversary of UFC's first ever show right in the heart of New York City, at Madison Square Garden on November 11th. Fans were hoping for an International Fight Week showdown in Vegas, especially after Jones claimed the heavyweight crown, with a lightning-fast submission victory over Cyril Gane in March. But negotiations hit a snag, leaving us hanging for a fall date. Thankfully, the stars have finally aligned, and they're finally throwing down at one of UFC's marquee events inside the world's most famous arena. Uncle Dana couldn't be happier. According to him, this dream matchup between Jones and Miocic is one for the history books. In fact, he thinks that it's a fight that just had to happen. Why? Well, who wouldn't want to see the GOAT of MMA take on the GOAT of heavyweights? Pretty simple, right? Jones made a successful return to the octagon at UFC 285, claiming the heavyweight title with a victory over Cyril Gane, with an unbeaten streak since 2009. Bones is widely regarded as one of the greatest fighters in MMA history. Now he faces the experienced Miocic, a former two-time heavyweight champion who last fought against Francis Ngannou at UFC 260. Despite the loss, Miocic's record of 4 heavyweight title defenses solidifies his reputation as one of the all-time greats in the division. At 40 years old, Miocic is pretty stoked about challenging the new heavyweight champion and test his skills against Jones. But fighting Jones is no piece of cake. The guy's known for his diverse striking arsenal and never-ending spirit. Plus, he's shown a different side of himself since moving up to the heavyweight division. He's more focused, more motivated, and that is very dangerous. But Miocic is no pushover either. He's got some killer boxing and footwork, and his size and strength will give Stipe a significant advantage when it comes to grappling. Given both guys' skill sets, it's expected that this fight won't go the distance. Jones enters as the favored fighter, but Miocic's experience, resilience, and underdog status make him a compelling challenger. According to UFC odds, Jones is the -360 favorite to defend his heavyweight title against Miocic, who sits at +295. And while that might not sound good news for the silencer, Anthony Smith suggests that Miocic is in excellent physical shape and mentally focused for the fight. Appearing on the Thick Boy podcast by Brendan Schaub, Smith couldn't help but rave about Miocic's physical shape. According to Smith, the dude is an absolute unit, weighing in at a solid 255 to 260 pounds of pure muscle. But it's not just his physique that has Smith impressed. He also gave a nod to Miocic's mental game, noting that he's never seen Stipe so focused. It's clear that he's been putting in the work and paying close attention to his body, and let's not forget his lightning-fast boxing skills. Smith believes that Miocic's speed will be the key factor in this fight. As for Smith's opinion of Jones, Anthony noticed a dip in Jones's speed during his last bout against Gane. Daniel Cormier also thinks that Miocic has the advantage in speed. He says that if Stipe can bring his A-game with his boxing background and maintain his lightning-fast reflexes, it could spell trouble for Jones. According to Cormier, the outcome of this fight will be clear right from the get-go. We'll know within seconds if we're seeing the Miocic of old or a slowed-down version. And let's be real, folks, nobody can deny that Jones has lost a step or two after packing on those extra pounds. But if Miocic can still bob and weave with his Golden Gloves background, he might just give Jones a run for his money. Cormier also discussed Jones's decision to bulk up for the heavyweight division. As a former two-division champion himself, Cormier believes that gaining too much weight may have negated some of their advantages over most heavyweights. He questioned why Jones felt the need to pack on so much mass and suggested that maintaining his speed would have been more beneficial. According to Cormier, even at a lighter weight, Jones would have given the heavyweights a run for their money. While Cormier sees Jones as the favorite in this matchup, former UFC referee John McCarthy has a different take. He was pretty doubtful about Miocic's chances against Jones. He believes that stylistically, it's not a favorable matchup for Miocic, and that he'll be coming in second in almost every aspect of the fight. McCarthy acknowledged Miocic's impressive career, but couldn't see him overcoming Jones in this particular matchup. Dominic Cruz, a former UFC champion, was concerned about Miocic's preparation for his return to the octagon. With limited visibility into Miocic's training, Cruz questioned whether he has been dedicating enough time to martial arts and sharpening his skills. Considering his responsibilities as a firefighter, he emphasized that facing someone like Jones requires focused training specifically for the fight, rather than firefighting experience. On the other hand, Francis Ngannou, who has faced Miocic twice, believes that Jones might have a tough time against the former heavyweight champion. Ngannou acknowledged Miocic as a highly skilled and underrated fighter, considering his victories over top heavyweights. Ngannou views Miocic as the most challenging opponent in the heavyweight division, and he believes that Jones might underestimate him. But Charles Oliveira, the current UFC lightweight champion, has a different perspective. Oliveira, who's known for his submission skills, predicts that Jones will secure a victory over Miocic by submission. Now, while a lot of people are excited about this fight, fans and pundits can't help but express their concerns about Miocic's extended absence from the octagon. It's been quite a while since his last fight in March 2021, and this has led many to question whether he'll be able to bring his A-game against the formidable Jon Jones. At ESPN MMA recently pointed out, the number of days Miocic has been away from action on Twitter, and fans wasted no time in voicing their disappointment in the comments section. One fan even took it as far as saying that this'll be the worst fight in the last 5 years. And another person chimed in on the convo saying that the bout will simply be ugly. One user joked that it takes a long time to plan a funeral. Oof. When MMA journalist Chamatkar Sandhu shared the betting odds for the Jones vs. Miocic fight on Twitter, that also caused quite a stir among fans. Sandhu noted that Bones was the overwhelming favorite according to the bookmakers. Fans wasted no time in expressing their thoughts and feelings in the replies, with many echoing the same feeling of surprise at the wide margin between the two fighters in the betting lines. One fan wrote, "Jones should literally be -1,000 here. Stipe has a 0% chance." Another fan claimed in saying, "Should it be higher? Stipe got no chance. Nice payday though." One fan mocked Jones for picking a soft opponent, and it looks like the fans aren't alone in this. Chael Sonnen also shared his lack of excitement for the upcoming UFC Heavyweight Championship bout. According to Sonnen, it seems that both fighters have shown a lack of interest in facing each other, which really puts a wrench in his excitement for the fight. Sonnen says that he's finding it incredibly difficult to be interested in this fight when even the competitors themselves don't seem eager to step into the octagon together. Sonnen drew a comparison to the Tyson Fury vs. Francis Ngannou situation, where both heavyweights also seemed hesitant to face off. But Sonnen admitted he would still likely tune in to watch that particular fight. So that's that. But is Sonnen right? First off, I need to say that both Jones and Miocic have reached the pinnacle of their respective divisions. Jones has decimated opponents with his unorthodox style, while Miocic has done pretty much the same with his thunderous fists. So it's understandable that they might be hesitant to put their legacies on the line against each other. But let's not forget the psychological game at play. Perhaps Jones and Miocic are engaging in a classic cat-and-mouse dance, each strategically posturing to gain the upper hand. It's like a game of high-stakes chess, with both fighters carefully calculating their moves to ensure maximum advantage. It's not that out of the box to think so. And as far as Sonnen's comparison to the Tyson Fury vs. Francis Ngannou situation goes, the idea definitely is intriguing, and brings up a very intriguing question: are these fighters simply protecting their legacies? Or is there an underlying fear of the unknown, of facing someone who could potentially tarnish their hard-earned records? Whatever the answer, there's no backing down now. So, from Chael Sonnen saying he has zero interest in the match, to Uncle Dana calling it a fight that just had to happen, This was fighters reacting to Jon Jones versus Stipe Miocic at UFC 295.